Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to Smooth Hoops. This will be my first YouTube video, so hopefully you guys enjoy. This is gonna be a review of the Thunder versus the Kings game that happened a couple days ago. Sorry for it being kind of late. I'm sitting on my YouTube. It's my first time doing this, so hopefully it's not too bad. And y'all can comment any feedback. It's my audio trash, my thumbnail, anything. You can talk to me. All right, so let's start off. The Thunder won the game 86-80. It was a pretty solid game. It was a lot better game than the game before when we played against the Magic when they sat everybody. So I was pretty happy with their performances from today. So let's start off by saying that Josh Giddey is out for the rest of the summer league, and I really wanted to see more of him, but he did kind of show what he's all about. He definitely came into the summer a lot stronger than he was last year, like stronger physically and mentally, because now he's like playing more aggressive, playing more physical in the paint. I keep saying he reminds me of Luka Doncic without a jump shot. So if that jump shot ever comes around, he should be an all-star caliber player. I was very happy with his performances. He definitely makes it easier for his teammates, especially the rookies, guys like Dub, which Jalen Williams from Santa Clara. I call him Dub because the J's are weird. But Dub he had like a lot of easy cuts, easy dunks all the time, and without him, they wasn't giving him the ball in great situations like there was before. And y'all can comment any feedback. It's my audio trash, my thumbnail, anything. You can talk to me. All right, so let's start off. The Thunder won the game 86-80. It was a pretty solid game. It was a lot better game than the game before when we played against the Magic when they sat everybody. So I was pretty happy with their performances from today. So let's start off by saying that Josh Giddey is out for the rest of the summer league, and I really wanted to see more of him, but he did kind of show what he's all about. He definitely came into the summer a lot stronger than he was last year, like stronger physically and mentally, because now he's like playing more aggressive, playing more physical in the paint. I keep saying he reminds me of Luka Doncic without a jump shot. So if that jump shot ever comes around, he should be an all-star caliber player. I was very happy with his performances. He definitely makes it easier for his teammates, especially the rookies, guys like Dub, which Jalen Williams from Santa Clara. I call him Dub because the J's are weird. But Dub he had like a lot of easy cuts, easy dunks all the time, and without him, they wasn't giving him the ball in great situations like there was before. We all love Giddey. We don't have to speak on him too much. We already know what he's about. So let's talk about a couple Kings players, and then we'll bounce back to the Thunder. So Keon Ellis, the shooting guard for Sacramento, like he's very good. He's one of my favorite players from this draft class. He was around like 24th on my board. I just personally love 3-and-D players. Some people had him like in the 50s on their board, and that's kind of crazy to me because he's 6'5", can defend, can shoot threes, very athletic. When it comes to Keon Ellis' box score, he took 10 shots, had 14 points. Not the most efficient, but 8 of his 10 shots were 3-pointers. He went 4 for 8 from 3. So he's a sniper. That's what he does. He's very tenacious on defense, very fast. He loves to guard, other guards. So I really love his game a lot. So now let's get to Keegan Murray. He's kind of, the focal point. One of the focal points of the Summer League. Honestly, Keegan Murray, he doesn't surprise people anymore because this is like his 5th game going off of like, over 20 points, getting rebounds, just playing very solid. Let's see, he had 29. 29 is crazy. I did not know he had 29. So I look at the box score right now. He had 29 off only 17 shots. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. I know his free throws were wow. Let me look at that. He went 9 for 11 from the free throw line. So yeah, he was getting to the line a lot, finishing a lot. Every possession he was either finishing or actually getting a foul. So he was playing very well. A lot of good cuts. Made a couple of spot up threes. Just a normal Keegan Murray stuff. Like he's like a vet at this point. Like we all know who Keegan Murray is. He doesn't really disappoint. So now let's jump into the Thunder players. I like to break down each player one by one, kind of give them grades, kind of track their progress throughout the season. So let's start with Aaron Wiggins. Aaron Wiggins, he wasn't featured as much in this game as he normally is because I'm kind of used to he's kind of used to Josh Giddey giving him like a free looks like open three in the corner, and easy cut. But without Giddey this game, he didn't get the ball as much. But when he did have the ball, he was scoring at the basket pretty well, showing how aggressive he is. He can score with the ball in his hands. He's not like a liability with the ball in his hands. So yeah, he had a pretty decent game. He plays defense, a normal Aaron Wiggins things. So yeah, we get on to Tre Mann. Tre Mann had a bounce back game because I was pretty disappointed by Tre Mann's performances before this game. He was kind of like ball hogging a little too much, taking a lot of step back contested threes. Like he can make that shot, But from a possession to possession basis, you want to shoot more effective shots, more efficient shots, and that shot is more like a bailout shot. You don't shoot that shot with like 15 seconds left on the shot clock. But yeah, Trey Mann had a really good game. He was getting to the paint a lot more than he was before. And I really like that coming out of him because I feel like he could be a great finisher, but he just doesn't have a lot of attempts. Like he could dunk on anybody, but he just plays kind of soft sometimes. But last night he played pretty physical. He had plenty of layups. He had a lot of passes. He was the leader of the team without Giddey, so it was good seeing him kind of assert himself and show who he is. So yeah, Trey Mann, yeah, he had the game I expected him to have. Like every summer league game, I thought this was going to be the man who was going to get throughout the summer league. But yeah, it's good that he showed up. If you're looking forward to seeing Dub take over more ball handling responsibilities, he was more of like a point guard, like a point forward in college. He was really good at it. So I want to see him have the ball more, have more times to, set up his teammates, run pick and rolls. He's nasty in the pick and roll. So I'd love to see more of that. So let's go ahead and talk about Dub then. So let me pull up his stats because he didn't have the ball as much as I wanted him to. It was kind of the Trey Mann show when it comes to guards. But yeah, he took 7 shots and made 4 of them. He went 1 for 2 from 3. So yeah, we know he's a shooter. He could pass. He had 2 assists. So yeah, I remember he had one really nice dime in the first quarter off of a pick and roll. Yeah, like a no look pass to a dunk. Yeah, it was nasty. Yeah, I just want to see him have the ball more. He's a lottery pick. He deserves. If you're a lottery pick, you deserve to have a certain amount of possessions, a certain amount of shots, especially if you're like offensive lottery pick. So yeah, he had a really good game. So now we can move on to let's just get Ousmane Dieng out the way. Dieng, he had like this game kind of showed why he was a lottery pick and why we traded 3 picks just to get him. Because when you're 6'10" and you can move that fluently and like hit hezzy threes off the dribble, like just whenever you want to. Like he shot that shot like 10 times already in the summer league. But yeah, he's really good. And he showed a lot today in a transition when it comes to playmaking for his teammates and scoring himself. I remember he had like a block off the backboard, got the rebound and ran a coast to coast and got a nice dime. So yeah, he kind of showed what he's all about, what he could do at this stage of his career, and how you could build off of it if you're a team. Like in 4 or 5 years, he could be an all-star player. He could average 20 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. Actually, he could easily do something like that when it comes to his development. So Dieng had like a really good game. Really proud of what he did. People have been talking crazy about him, but I knew he was a project coming into it. Like I was expecting him to be some polished guy. Dub is a polished wing player, and Dieng is a project. So he's looking for very good for a project as of right now. Let me get some more. Okay, so now let's talk about Will. Will, Jalen Williams, the other Jalen Williams, the center. Will, I'm not too high on his game. Going into the draft, I remember he was like in the 40s on my board, so he hasn't really impressed me too much with his skill set because he's not very athletic and he can't shoot. So it's like when you're a center and you barely dunk the ball and you can't space the floor either, then it gets kind of rough when it comes to your offensive game. One thing he can do on offense is pass the ball pretty well, but we have so many shot creators already on the team to the point where it's kind of redundant giving him the ball and having, guys like Giddey and Shea and Dub just like spotting up off of him. That's not going to happen much in the league. So yeah, I wonder how his game would translate better. He hit 1 3 last night, and I was pretty happy to see that. But even when he hit that one, he was kind of like posed after he hit it, like he was surprised he made it himself. His jump shot isn't very smooth; it's kind of like rigid. So I want him to work on his jump shots a little bit more. On a positive note, he had 2 or 3 charges. Like he is like the god of like getting charged. He led the NCAA in charges during college last year. So yeah, that's kind of what he does on defense. Like he does it so often to where the point where teams will start to get scared of it once they start scouting him. They'll be scared of driving in too hard, like somebody like John Morant, Westbrook. He's gonna get at least 2 charges on each one of those players when it comes to the regular season. So yeah, he has some work to do, but still he has flashes like the charges and the passing. So yeah, I'm cool with that. So isn't the last player we're to speak about is a Chet? Yeah, let's speak on Chet. So Chet, he's kind of like Rudy Gobert, Draymond. Like he doesn't affect the box score as much as he affects the actual game. So let me pull up his box score right now just to have the reference of it. Yeah, he shot 3 for 8, only 8 points. Yeah, 8 points on 8 shots isn't isn't ideal, but he did take two 3 pointers and make one. So Chet, he's proven to be like a legit shooter. I remember in college he was very streaky. He would go like 3 games or like 70% from three, and the next 2 games he would be like 20%. So yeah, Chet's 3 point shooting has been exceptional. Yeah, one thing about Chet, I don't know how to explain it, but it feels like he has like soft hands in a good and a bad way. Because when it comes to finishing around the basket, he's like really skilled at finishing all type of ways. This game he was kind of off. I don't know what that was about. But yeah, but also his hands are soft when it comes to rebounds. He kind of tips a lot of rebounds. He doesn't really snag them. He doesn't grab them. Like you're 7-1 with a ridiculous wingspan. You should be able to grab at least 8 boards per game. He had 5 of them in this game, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he had 5 rebounds. So yeah, I want Chet to be a little bit more aggressive when it comes to rebounding and things like that. But he had 3 assists. I remember he had one nasty assist. He had that Euro step. Then like a backwards bounce pass to Trey Mann. That was great. That's probably the best 7 footer assist I've ever seen. Like who else is passing like that when you're 7-1? So yeah, Chet had a pretty good game. The rest were doing him dirty. Like he had legit 3 blocks that were all like bad calls. Like he wasn't even bumping to his guy. He was just standing his ground. They would call it on him every single time. They called a bad goaltend on him. Like it was like a lot of stuff. He should have had 3 blocks and 5 steals. That would have been a nasty headline to post. But yeah, yeah, Chet, he had a good game in my opinion. The stats won't really show it, but if you watch the game, like if you know, you know. Like Chet's got it. So, ooh, grades. I went through this whole thing not giving grades. Okay, let's throw out some grades. Um, Not the Kings players. Aaron Wiggins, he gets he gets a B plus. When he had the ball, he was good. Trey Mann, he gets a A plus because 7 assists and scoring like at that high volume is like kind of what a star player does. That's what you want from a guy that's already been to something, that's already been to the NBA. So yeah, he definitely showed out. Then we got Will. He gets like a C plus. He made that 1 3. If it wasn't for that 1 3, or in those charges, so he has some nice charges. He'll get a B minus because like 3 charges in one game in like limited minutes is kind of ridiculous. So he gets a B minus. Usman Jang, honestly, I'm gonna give him an A plus because he was supposed to be this good off the bat. Like yeah, when it comes to the passing, hitting that jump shot, like he kind of did everything we want him to do. So he's an A plus. That's kind of what his game revolves around. He had like a block and a steal, I think. Let me look that up. Let me double check myself. But yeah, he was impactful on defense also, just being how big he is. Okay, he only had one block. Still solid on defense. So yeah, A plus for him. Like he did what he does, what he's supposed to do. And isn't last Chet, we'll give him like a B minus, only because it's Chet Holmgren. If it was like a number 12 pick, a number 20 pick, he gets like a solid grade. But it's Chet, so I want them to feed him the ball more. But that's not on him. But I'm not just gonna give him an A just because that would just be biased at that point. But yeah, I want the Thunder to really give him the ball more, like give him more touches. Period. He could shoot over anybody. He could do that little hezzy or the little pivot into a jump shot. He could get that whenever he wants to. So I want to see a lot more of those type of shots from him, those type of possessions. They need to give him the ball more during mismatches because they kind of they do like a lot of switches during summer league because they don't have like a defensive system. So when there's a switch, you need to hurry give him the ball because he can turn around and dunk on it. People say he's skinny, but he'll put you on the rim easy. Like it's not a big deal. So yeah, that's kind of my whole breakdown of the game. One more thing that I'll say is that the refs, they're just very bad. Like you could tell these are like the D team refs and not the regular season, the playoff refs, because these guys, they're calling everything. They're refing like they're scared of getting something wrong, so they just call everything. And it's pretty frustrating to watch. But yeah, they make the games drag out because they don't really play many like commercials during the summer league. So these games shouldn't be taking 2 hours. Like it should be like a quick game, easy, up and down. But yeah, but the rest of them kind of souring the experience of the games for me at least. But yeah, so yeah, that's my review on the game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm not gonna ask you to subscribe because it's my first video. But any likes, comments, I would love any feedback you guys give me. I respond to all the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.